It has been occurring to me that if you wanted to move to a much more green energy that wasn't dependent on fossil fuels, that wasn't dependent on oil trade, um, that wasn't releasing as much methane gas in livestock across the nations, that you could engineer um, an economic environment for a decade or so where things are really low, really cheap, assets and values and bubbles are created and grow, 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 grow. And then you have this pandemic that you shut down everybody that's healthy and you shut down businesses so that now we have an economic collapse so that we can print 10% of our total global debt in just 24 months and get our entire system to the point of no return such that it collapses. And now everyone has to look to the governments of the world to save us. The Great Reset is a push by the World Economic Forum to move us to a more collaborative, one world sort of government system where we're all on central bank digital currencies and everything we do is digitized and controllable. This is a very cynical and skeptical viewpoint that these things are being engineered in a controlled fashion, but at this point, there can be no other conclusion. The actions that have been taken are clearly intentional actions by forces that run the global financial world. And private wealth, we know from their Agenda 2030, is very clearly something they do not want people to have. This is why one of their main taglines was, by 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. They're even planning on having you lease your light bulbs. So everything is going to be IoT, Internet of Things. And you will no longer own your lights. They will be connected by the grid to the light company, and the light company will know when they're out. And without you even calling them, they will be coming to replace them for you. And you will be paying them a leasing fee for the rest of your life on your lights. We are to own nothing. Only the people that are in the government and that run the world would be the ones that would own and have private wealth. And the rest of us would be beholden to a universal basic income, call it UBI, or something like that, through a release through a central bank digital currency. And that is how we would continue to live. So I tell you all this not to in any way depress you, but you must wake up and see the truth of what's going on. There are not people that are telling us what's really going on here, because we have to keep the markets as investable as possible for as long as possible so that the people that actually had the money in the accounts can get them out as the billionaires exit. Main Street is left holding the bag. And then you've got the bond collapse that affects pensions for everyone. And so we are at the end of the global fiat system as we have known it, really since World War II. We've been inching and inching and inching towards really just completely untethered, no asset-backed currencies, and really went crazy hog wild since the 70s. And that is a system that is completely collapsible. And if you do nothing and you let it get to the point where it's just so much more debt in the world than there are actual true assets, which is the point that we're at, you will have a collapse of the system. And everyone that doesn't have the ability to feed their families or maintain their housing, which is most everybody, is going to be amenable to whatever government can come along and feed our children. And this is how enslavement happens.